As you can see, we have one lead on this heating element here and the other lead to ground, and we're reading OL, but you see as soon as we touch the other wire from this heating element to the contactor, we get 11.4 ohms. This is a bad heating element that is shorted to ground. Every time you try to turn this breaker on, it'll just trip again. Here we see a picture of the damage. The heating element touched the grounded part of the cabinet and welded itself there. So we did snip it and twist the wires together to at least get the tenant some temporary heat until we fixed it. Here I'm just shutting off the power to the unit, obviously, which is step one. And we go to the air handler, which is weirdly in this little bathroom closet, which I don't like, but whatever. So yeah, this door pretty much had to be notched out for this air handler to fit in, which is, again, bad design, but whatever. So we're gonna start by taking off the terminals, and yes, do a little tap there to make sure they're not live. Obviously use a meter, don't do that. But once we get all of our wires off here, we're gonna kind of just tuck them up out of the way so we can pull this heat kit straight out. We're just gonna unplug everything that we can, and then we're going to remove the 2 screws from the breaker plate. I'm not really sure what you want to call it, but that just pulls up and then out. And that is part of the heat kit. It's going to be replaced. And then there's just 4 screws holding this heat kit in. That's literally it. Then this thing should slide right on out. There it is. As you can see, I had a couple of thermostat wires I forgot to unsplice. Here's a new one, and make sure it's not. This is the new one. Fucked up. We just got to make sure that it's not messed up, and then we could just slide it in. Slide it back in. Looks a little different. I think I actually have this thing upside down. Now we're going to put the plate back on there. It holds the breaker in place. And that's literally just 2 screws. And then putting this breaker on, I don't do a really good job of showing it, but this thing basically just clicks on there. It's got a little pull tab on the back, but it's got these 2 little grooves. It slides in and it just kind of clicks into place. We're going to wire everything back up, and then we got to make sure that our lugs are extremely tight, because if you have a loose wire, you can have melting wires, and obviously that's not good. So make sure you get your connections extremely tight. Make sure you don't got any loose strands. You're going to want to make sure there's no wires in front of the screw holes in the cabinet, so when you go to put the door back on, you're not puncturing any wires. Now we're going to go ahead and take that old wiring diagram off and then slap on the new one. Then we're going to slide that little packet behind there for the next person and clean up our mess. I think we're good to go. As you can see, we are heating now, so job well done.